beer. We predominantly use Glenfield's malt. It's good boutique New Zealand malt. It's got lots of different types of varieties we can use. Hops have a very wide amount of smells in them, and in fact there's a broader range of flavours achievable in beer than wine. And in fact beer actually goes better with cheese than wine does by virtue of the fact it's got CO2 in it. It's our mash tun, but we've now moved up into this one here, which is the mash lauter tun. It does both the mash and the lautering. Now the mashing is a mash can take about an hour and a half. It's sparged over with hot water. It's basically cooked and stirred for an hour and a half, and that's the final conversion of the enzymes getting there, converting those stored carbohydrates into fermentable and unfermentable sugars. Now you've got to get a bit of a balance there. Mashed in, stirred, cooked, the conversion of the carbohydrates by the enzymes over to the fermentable sugars, and then we'll lauter it. Now lautering is a bit like a coffee beaner. You can rotate it through a couple of times to get a bit more of an extraction, and then we'll pump it through to the kettle. Okay, this is our new kettle. The old one we've got the same in here since Christmas. It's a much bigger size one, so we can more readily fill up the bigger tanks. Now in the kettles, we've predominantly hopping is done virtually all styles of beer, and it's done at the same temperature, at the same time, in the same order each and every time. Otherwise, your beer will come out different. They're all water jacketed, so that way the temperature of the fermentation can be controlled. Ales like a shorter, warmer ferment, and a lager likes a longer, cooler fermentation. So one micron filtered off to the kegs or to bottling plant, which is bottling plant is made in China, but they do certain things to make the German market, the Japanese market's very well quality controlled in China. It starts off in there, it'll pick up the bottles, bring them through, it'll sterilise them, wash them and clean them, and then it'll keep wet the inside, and then it'll create a vacuum inside the bottle, and then the beer will go in, and then another will vacuum, and then CO2. That way you can keep the oxygen off your beer as much as possible. This thing's got 32 heads, and it can really crank them out. We never really have to get it up to full speed. You can actually do almost 20,000 litre tanks in about 6 or 7 hours at half speed if you wanted. The biggest export markets are Japan, so the biggest export market are Ireland and Canada. The most consistent one, of course, is our cousins across the border in Australia. Let's work through the ingredients so we know what we're making our beer out of. So beer basically is water, malt, hops, and your yeast. Now water is pretty simple, and water is, when we were up Ricky Rankin, we had 100-year-old snow melt coming out of the ground. It's beautiful soft water like rainwater. Rainwater is soft. When you make a lager, you want soft water. Speaking of which, the first one there is the NZ APA. And the second one there is the US APA. Now basically they're the same beer, except for one has got all New Zealand hops and one's got all American hops. New Zealand hops tend to be a bit more rounded and leaning to the tropical fruit, and the American hops are usually directly citrus, and then they roll out to a slightly pinus note. So in effect you're getting like a terroir comparison there between New Zealand and American hops. And the one at the end is the Belgian double, which is a tracker style. It's 7.5, but it has quite low IBUs,